Are you serious? Are you serious, Kim Jong-un? Are you serious, Vladimir Putin? Yes, it is. They are. And what? Yes, North Korean's little dictator, Kim Jong-un, who is so cruel to his own people, who has brought isolationism to the nation of North Korea, who has killed and murdered and imprisoned innocent civilians, who has tortured and murdered and executed Christians, has put oppression upon anyone that would try to pray to Jesus Christ. The little dictator, Kim Jong-un, is going to the Kremlin. It is true. He's going to go visit Moscow. He's been given an invitation from Vladimir Putin, and he has accepted. The leader of North Korea is among 26 world leaders who've accepted invitation to come to Moscow to take part in the celebrations marking the 70th anniversary of the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany. And Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made this announcement this morning. Now, North Korea hasn't officially commented. It would be Kim Jong-un's first ever foreign policy trip since becoming the new dictator after his father and his grandfather in the last 3 years he's been in power. The highlight of the May 9th celebrations will be a military parade on the Red Square, overseen by President Vladimir Putin, and the annual event that will be expanded this year. We'll now have 15,000 troops, cadets, and others, according to the Russian defense minister. Several Western leaders have snubbed their invitations to the military parade because of Russia's role in the Ukraine conflict. But Foreign Minister Lavrov said that some European leaders are still expected to come, including Slovakia's leader, Norway, Greece, and several Balkan nations. Also, German Chancellor Angela Merkel is among those staying away from the parade, but she did soften the snub by deciding to visit Moscow the next day for a separate ceremony with President Vladimir Putin. Now, Foreign Minister Lavrov said that Merkel's decision to come to Moscow has helped to wreck the anti-Russian campaign. In addition to Kim Jong-un, Lavrov said also leaders of China, Cuba, India, Mongolia, South Africa, and Vietnam are expected and have confirmed to be in attendance. So, 70 years since Nazi Germany was defeated by Russia, or at least Russia's role. We know that the Allied forces, of course, came and made the ultimate race to Berlin, and meanwhile it was fighting off the Japanese in the South Pacific in a tremendous victory. And I believe a victory that shaped the course of history. I mean, obviously it's put down the aggressive campaign that was Adolf Hitler, the genocide. He was going to eliminate the Jewish people from the face of the earth. And he was also involved in this backbreeding program, which he was trying to create this perfect race, this hybrid race, Nephilims, fallen angels. He was so wrapped up into the occult. I preached a message a few years ago called the Adolf Hitler and the Spear of Destiny, how that he was possessed with the devil, obsessed with the occult practices, witchcraft, sorcery. And how that as a little boy, when he lived in Austria, how he used to go to the museum where the Spear of Destiny, believed to be the Spear of Longinus, believed to be the spear used to pierce Jesus in the side. He would go every day to this museum in the last hour because it was free the last hour. So after 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5, he would go to the museum, go straight to the Spear of Destiny that was in a box on the wall, and would stare at it and just stare at it and marvel over it. And he said some type of black cloud, a black spirit came out of it into his soul. Now later, after he became the Fuhrer, 2 weeks after he started the World War II, he sent troops to Austria, to the museum, to go get the Spear of Destiny and bring it to him. He's not the only world conqueror who had the Spear of Destiny in their possession. So did Constantine at one time. And Alexander the Great also packed it around. Napoleon also had it. So just something that you need to know. There was also the fact that that wasn't the only thing he did. He was obsessed with the Spear of Destiny, but he also was obsessed with the seat of Satan, and which was actually in Greece, in Athens. It was the altar of Zeus, where many Christians had been sacrificed. He had that altar taken and brought from Athens to Berlin, where it's now, and reconstructed. It's inside a museum in Berlin as we speak today. So he brought the seat of Satan to Berlin. Now, this is the type of thing he was doing. So you have to understand that the defeat of Adolf Hitler was very important. Without it, there would not have been a reshaped borders in several nations in Europe. And of course, Israel would never have been formed as a nation. Instead, the Israeli people would have been annihilated. So unbelievable. It's all Bible prophecy has brought us to this moment. And so when you reflect on things, so here's why I always bring this up. The current world events that go on right now are being and are part of Bible prophecy. And so Netanyahu's victory yesterday was a part of Bible prophecy. You will see from that decision, there will be things happen. That's why I brought up, it was a great victory, and I was praying for him to win. I want him to win, because I felt if he lost, there would have been the Daniel 9:27, a two-state solution, peace agreement, a covenant with many would have been signed, including also the nuke deal with Iran would have got signed, and you would have been staring at moving in that direction quickly, even to the building of the third temple and the rise of the Antichrist. Now, because he won, that won't happen now. Instead, we'll probably see Psalms 83 war before we see the peace and safety agreement. So you often wonder which is going to come first. Well, it depends. As you see things shaping up, you begin to see how they are lining up. Wow, are you serious? Well, what could bring Psalms 83? Well, just think about it. If this nuke deal gets shoved down the world's throat by the Obama administration and the others involved in it, the 6 superpowers, and Israel may feel that their nation's existence hangs in the balance whether or not Iran gets a nuclear weapon, Israel may do a preemptive strike on Iran, which could create the Psalms 83 war, especially when ISIS is running around hollering this is the caliphate, and they're marching toward Jerusalem. There's a lot going on, folks, but I'm telling you. So we'll continue to watch the current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy, but we're truly living in the last days. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Time is running out.